Dub laddies, my name is Chaz and welcome to the What If Zuko had like humongous drills? Humungousaur and armodrillo. Those, but there's also, I'm going to throw in some cool things too. So, I'm giving him also the, like, because in my couple videos back, I said, or someone left a comment that said, why is it not a quirk? Right. It should be a quirk. Well, this is the what if one. So he chose to make him like more overpowered. So yeah, and he just to clear things up for you, he can, or so yeah. So there's a let's be, and I'm also throwing in some like random aliens, like ones that look like this. So yeah, or hold on, before I do it to make it look like I'm so it was not yeah, crabs, no. So yeah, it was the Galvins, or I'll just say these guys. Not a dog, just him. So his species were, I'm in this what if there's a different kind of version of Guyber or of him. So their species is intelligent, smartest ones than everyone. So yeah. So so they took every blood from all those creatures, including like hold on, including like humungousaur and ultimate like species. And yeah. And you know what they did? They took Inko, oh, and when she was just right before or they got married, like when they were sleeping away from. So yeah, he really changed her genetics so that her son hun will inherit, like, this would be his human form. Yeah. So yeah. After Inko got married to Sashi and they had Zuku, who, and they realized that, of course, they named him Zuku after he was born, like right after, as, yeah, you could hear it. That's his birth name. Yeah. So then they got rid of him. And then they had another kid named Zumi that was human. Or she was little bit, hold on. She was a little different from her brother. She was more human compared to her brother. But little did they know that it was. Oh, sorry. It was his. It was at his outer shell. So yeah, who was the one that took him in? Of course, at a very young age, as a child, like small toddler, it was the good doctor that of like because they as he says, well, seems like your genetics has been really amped up, hasn't it? As he's just talking to a Zuko, but he's not listening. As he evolved his body into more like gold thing. Yeah, he looked more like human. Or actually, he was born as a. Like you're born as adult as. Or whatever that disease is. It like. You're born as an adult and like you get smaller and smaller. Yeah, but Zuko doesn't have that disease. So he was born as a toddler, but they took or doctor accelerated his body and evolved his body into like more like it was the same thing as what Ace did in uh I forget in Justice League Unlimited one. So yeah. So she didn't have any friends. Or he didn't have any friends. So but Zumi had was Ochako, Bakugo, and I'm also throwing in her. So yeah, I'm making her the same age as Inka or no Zumi. So to be like friends. Yeah. So when Zuko was in his body as like his outer shell, like he basically when he evolved his body into more not unstable, but his or he was stable as he punched through his own like how like reptiles shed their skin. Yeah, picture Zuko like sheds his skin in the real form, kind of like a butterfly. As he was born, or he was, where is he? He was like as tall as him. He's more muscular and he's has like drill arms. He still has those. Yeah. So yeah, and the doctor says, the armadillo. Or no, humongous drill. As that's what the doctor came up with. As that would be his name. As then the now USJ thing. But instead of the Nomu, it was Zuko. No. humongous drill? Or the Shiraki-sen says, humongous drill? What the heck? You. As he literally, like, warped everybody because his powers are. Let me throw in little details about what he is. What he is. So he has. Hold on. I'll just say it. He has upgrades. He has upchucks. He has like every alien that was like Ben 10. Even the entire world. Heck, he even was. He even had their predators forms too. But instead of transforming into like them fully, he can like make a piece of his body. Kind of like the warp guy, or yeah. So one of the guys, like warp guy, says, "Good. Now we just need to take care of these losers." As Shiraki-sen points to all the villains, as Zuku, who was killed all of them, as the Class 1A, he was inside of Zuku. As, yeah, he says, "Is this a labyrinth or is this something else?" As a voice came from everywhere saying, "No. It is my pocket universe." As Todoroki tries to blast his way out. If you want to escape, Todoroki, I do know the way to it. Now I sound like Knuckles. So, yeah. Zuko, who turns around with his glowing eyes, as he was like that, as he says, "I am, you people call me humongous drill." Okay? But, so, I am, only thing that you will need is me. Go through me. I'm willingly. As he goes, because Shiraki-sen, or actually, Zuko put his, like, sheet, or, like, his shell thing, not his skin, no, his shell that's on his back, similar to Ultimate Humongousaur, the one that's on his back. He took it off as he puts it right on top of where he was standing. And yeah, when he like died, disintegrated, he says, "Huh." Yeah. So he was, or All Might showed up, but it was too late because it was too fast. So yeah, Zuko, who, or I'm skipping the details of it, so I'm not making this a super long video. So yeah, basically they got escaped from his universe, and or like his pocket universe thing, and yeah, he shows up as a human. But as Mr. Ozawa says, what do you want from us? I don't want anything from you. And as he turns around and sees All Might, as he's fanboying it, or actually, he hasn't heard about All Might, and he doesn't talk for rest. He only used telepath, so yeah, until they trained him. So yeah, they trained him, or like he broke records, all the records of the world, because he has 1 point in points. Yeah, it passes All Might's, Endeavor's, everyone's that in the future will come thing. So yeah, Zuko, who is not talking, so he says, huh, as he walks, or dorms were already set up so for him. So, or actually he was in prison after he went back to UA's jail thing so that they can keep a close eye on him. So then All Might was teaching him how to speak, or no, Nezu was trying to teach him how to speak. Like, alright, so please say your name using your mouth. As he says, my name is humungousaur. Instead of armadillo, it's or humungousaur. Yeah. So yeah. So he used his blood, or actually Nezu says, "Don't worry." As he says, "I'm not." As Zuko says, "I'm not." As he trained himself to, or because his like ability can copy other people's voices or like words. So he says, I'm not worried. As he go ahead. But you have to do it on like this part right here. As he points to his neck. Okay. As they said, okay, as they stick a needle through, diamond needle, in through his neck, as they drew out blood. Yeah, what they saw was devastating. Like someone put, or not quirks, but the messing with his DNA. As, yeah, Nezu heard about, or he knows that about quark fuses together to make stronger quirks, but they never seen a someone's blood and glowing, or no, fusing two blood or multiple bloods into one body. So yeah, he's basically faster than Accelerate and Fast Track and everybody. He can read the entire book without having to say it. As he closes it, he reads every page without. Yeah, he's smart. And he's fire resistant, water breathing, and like all that stuff. So, yeah, as he can also learn new skills from others. Like, he can, like, basically learn how to use music mics. Yeah, ability to the fullest. As, yeah, Zuko got caught up in all that work over 1 week. And the next week he's just like playing with, or he's learning how to like learn how quirks work. As Mr. Izawa says, well, your power, it's, or your abilities, are different from quirks that we're used to. So, yes. So, my quirk, as he points to him, my quirk allows me to erase people's quirks. But see that I can't erase your abilities. It makes me troublesome. As Midnight explains her quirk, like mine's puts people to sleep. As, yeah. As he learned so much, and as he's like literally talking to people, as one day he ran into, or not ran into, but he basically, or before, or the 1 week was over, he went and grabbed a soda and like some food to feed himself. So, yeah, he was like super early before even the class 1A even woke up every single day. So, yeah, Zuko, got himself a coffee and all that stuff. And he starts training with his new abilities. And you all might be thinking, what the heck is those things that are on his hands? Well, those are actually, let me show you. You know Ultimate Humungousaur's power? Like, he can turn his hands into like rocket launchers. He does that. He shoots rocket launchers, and when he, depends on his like, if he points both hands together, it makes a supersonic drill. Like, basically, yeah, Zuko can drill into the earth if he wanted to, and he can also shoot rockets when he gets angry enough. Like, if he, that's only when he, or if, no, if he has his fingers wide open, his hands turn into like rocket launchers. And if they're like do a karate chop thing, they turn into their own separate drills. And this thing on his back is helps it like he can drill right through people with just his fist. Yeah. And sorry. His power is crazy. You don't know how crazy it is. It's even crazier than like what if Deku had Ghost Shriek and upchucks his powers, or the future what ifs one. He's more crazier than any. Even he becomes even more stronger. So yeah, he learns a lot as he like things things about like certain stuff. Like he can augment his body to like to become like a literal biggest drill. And he has like humungousaur's power to like grow in size. He's so yeah. He could grow like if humungousaur had two copies and they both grew to a size of the max and landed on top of each other's. Yeah, that's how big it is. But they didn't realize what Zuko or humongous drill, that's everyone calls him that. So yeah, he skips. Let's do like a time skip to about All Might versus All for One. I was gonna do the sports wrestle, but I realized that it's pretty boring. I'll just do it anyway. So Zuko got first place on the race, and I'll keep saying Zuko, not the humongous drill. So Zuko got first place on the cavalry battle and the race. And now it's the against the fight one. He gets the brain dude. Brain dude got knocked out real fast, like bam. Because these could stretch all the way to like, if I had to draw a line, he would have just got like past his own shell. Like imagine imagine the entire full body length of like of hers comes in and like boom, yeah, knocks anyone out. Yeah, it's just like One Punch Man. So yeah, Zuko can also learn how to mimic voices. He mimicked like Bakugo's, and everyone's like, "Watch your mouth before you be." As they look at Bakugo, as Bakugo says, "You know, it's not me that's talking, right?" So yeah, they always get confused, and so the internship thing was when Endeavor say, or or actually, the internship was with, or actually was with Seal, or I was trying to go for like Endeavor. Yeah, how about Endeavor? I was gonna put him with Miss Jokes, but yeah, let's do that. So Miss Jokes is like, huh, you look like a big man. As his superhero name was actually the one who devours all, or one who destroys all. As, yeah, he, of course, she says, you're a pretty big man. And as she taps on his shoulder, so let's use patrol. And so she and him went on like little stroll thing. As she says, you're pretty strong. As he actually stopped a getaway vehicle because his body, he's indestructible. So not even a handgun and pointing at like 1.9 million feet away from him could even do that. So, or he can survive anything as long as his turtle shell stays out of, like, off his back when yeah, he's immortal. And yeah, so yeah, he's basically, as one day, or actually when she was like ready, because the patrol was like against like a Nomu. Yeah, he ends up doing that. What? Okay, so he says, okay, ready, set, go. All right. As he has super hearing, so yeah, he heard a rocket launch all the way to UA. As he like, because he has power of flight from like Jerry, so he flew all the way. He and grabs, or like he puts his shield or his thing down as he like flew and like took that nuclear bomb all the way up to space with his like tail. And yeah, he died and he came right back to life. So yeah, and he'd been always having these weird dreams about these aliens came and talked to him in his sleep, as he says, or those creatures says, you aren't the failed experiment. You are the, I'm glad that. So yeah. So Zuko, or so I'll just call him Zuko. So yeah, Zuko is like, okay. As couple years have went and yeah, Zuko is literally like I'm skipping the mall arc. Or yeah, he took care of the hero killer Stain as yeah. He and Musclier, so the Kodas, his parents, didn't really die for nothing. So yeah, uh, all that stuff. And yeah, Zuko is then figures out how to become full human. And as yeah. So yeah, he now before. So he or actually humongous or or actually the during the camp thing or when they came back from it as Zuko was more human and now but his hair looked totally different. Basically kind of like what her theirs is a little bit more so beautiful black hair thing as yeah like Ochako is like okay who's this new guy whatever happened to Zuko or whatever happened to armadrillo or no humongous drill as he turns and looks at her and says I'm the humongous drill. You're you're not used to seeing me in my human form yet, aren't you? As they're like, wait, so that is your human form? Yes. They they couldn't believe that they see Zuko's human form. They thought he was just a literal monster that's yeah. So and so yeah. Zuko or Zumi is like as yeah, only person that really knew who like is actually the doctor as he says to all for one well he might need to be remembered his name his old birth name or his birth name thing yeah so yeah then a Cambark then instead of Bakugo getting captured it was Zuko as yeah Zuko is he transformed back into his usual state. Yeah. He starts pounding on stuff like nobody's business. So, yeah. He breaks stuff and he got teleported to All for One and. Sorry. I was picking my teeth. That's gross. So, yeah. Zuko is way powerful than anyone. So he, again, All for One, or like All Might was knocked unconscious before, as Zuko grabbed him with his tail and, or grabbed All Might, and like, he says, "You're really starting to tick me off." As he remembers who he, or was, as they didn't take away his memories. He was like, he had a concussion, or so he remembers. My true name is Zuko Midoriya. I will defeat you no matter who I have to injure. And yeah, he was mad. Like, he was way madder than Bakugo. He even, like, his, he evolved his body into, like, more dark and scary version of his, like that, but way more creepy. Like, you really started it. So he ends up drilling into All for One's body, punching him around, and like he flew and like all the way to the sun and back again. Yeah, Zuko is that powerful. So, yeah. And when he says his name of Zuko Midoriya, Inko remembers who's armored, or no, huge drill is. And some of you might seen Ben 10 Infusion thing. Go ahead and type up Ben 10 humongous drill and have fun with watching or looking at that. So, yeah. Zuko is now, as his body was, he can handle it. So, or can handle it. So, yeah. As Inko literally went to a school one day and she walked up to Zuko and said, "Do you want to be back with us?" As he was in his human form. Yeah, or he says yes. As he gives his mother a hug. Or his mother gave him a hug, and she, because she was tearing up, because it's been a long time. So, yeah. Inko and Zumi and Zuko went back to their house as, yeah, Inko is like, I'm glad that you're home. And we didn't even recognize you at first. Huh. Because of my appearance? Yeah. As Inko says, yeah. And Sashi's like, okay. Yeah, I know that you're our son. What happened? How did you get these things inside your body? As Zuko says, well, or actually, let me grab a picture from What If I Was in Ben 10, or no, what if, no, I'm trying to look for, okay, no, oh, here it is. So, Zuko told Inko about what really happened that day, of these alien creatures went and changed your DNA to, if you had a boy, then he will end up getting, like, but you had me, so I'm a boy, and so that's what all happened. As Inko's like, okay, as he says, middle of the night, he, before, as, yeah, Hisashi, Inko, and Zumi couldn't believe that Zuko remembered that. I always keep forgetting. So, yeah. So, Zuko is now Zuko Midoriya and the big brother of Zumi and, like, all that stuff. So, yeah. So, wow, that didn't take long to do, because actually, before we go, you all probably want to have ship things. So, yeah. And Ochako heard that Zumi Zumi has her brother, and she's like, or actually, I was gonna think about doing like that kind of ship, but, and do like Momo with Zuko. Well, I'm gonna leave it in the comments below of, or you guys is. So, who do you want to ship with Zuko in this form? Would you want, like, Todoroki's sister to ship with him? Or have someone from, or have her, or Lady Ngan ship with him? To me, because of his size, and he grew during that All for One fight. Zuko grew, you know, to the size of like Midnight. So yeah, I'm thinking about her. So let's do that before. So tell me in the comments. So, and I'm making her the same age, same school thing. So she ends up dating Zuko. But then, between her and. Where is she? Where is she? Between Ochako and all the girls that want to date him. Yeah. Zuko, who says, weren't giving cred to Ochako. Like he says, huh, hey Ochako, what? And as he says, well, you're probably gonna date that guy. As he points to Bakugo. As she becomes embarrassed. Because she knows that, or he knows about that between Bakugo and her. So, yeah. He says, huh. Every time that I see both of you hanging out, you always wanted to get near him. So, yeah. No, Chaco is like so brain dead. She's just like, how does this kid, or how does this man, or how does he know? As she says, how did you know? As he starts laughing, I'm just giving you cred. As she's blushing hard as steel. I know. As, yeah. Heck, Bakugo even was blushing. As, yeah. Zumi is like, huh. Well, you're pretty fantastic. Yeah. As he and or actually I was thinking about now is shipping her and Lady Nagan with Anne. The bunny girl, her, with Zuko Midoriya. Yeah. So that was and her or their kids, each one was separate. One was or hold on. I'm thinking. So all three of their kids and between yeah was basically until that. So yeah, because Zuko had also a fusion power, so he fused all three of them together. Yeah, so Lady Nangan and her and Bunny Girl, yeah. And man, oh man, turned into that, yeah. As a alien species came in the like it, as yeah, Zuko is they didn't want to like told him that he's the chosen one to rule the planet. So yeah, they told him that we need Zuko Midoriya. And yeah, the fusion wife and Zuko, as they took both of them. So it's now a king and a queen of that planet. So now this is the end of the flippin' video. So yeah, of what if. So uh, I want you, who do you want to see next? Do you want me to cast your votes in? Do you want me to do One Punch Man of how I became the went from being a monster herb creature thing to being a samurai thing? And yeah, or let's do that real quick because I still have time. So, or actually, no. And who do you? And now I made this new Yu-Gi-Oh card. So, Ghost of a Chance. I made it today. So, Dark level 3 Dragon Tuner effect monster. When this card is normal or special summon, you can select any number of cards from your that you pick from your deck to your hand. And if it is a monster, or monster as I call it, you can special summon them instead of going to your hand. For once per turn, if this card is sent to the grave, you can inflict 300 damage and then to your opponent's life points. And both players must select one spell/trap card from their own decks to be set on the field. And then this card returns to the deck after 3 turns. So this one gives you a chance of basically like, oh, if I had a field spell, oh, that would be one, like all of them. So yeah. But I took a screenshot of this, so, and huge shout outs to this guy. The one that's like, Yoka, Mango Zone. I can't even say his name. So, because I saw this guy and I had to use it on whatever Zuko was or has the powers of Ghost Shriek and Upchucks. So, yeah. And plus, I am reconsidering like doing a reboot of what if Charmcaster was Ben 10's sister? Yeah. Or One Punch Man. So, how many videos this gets? Then I'll make one of these two. Just tell me in the comments below of who do you want to vote for. So, guy from Fortnite. And sorry about that. No. And don't worry, there'll probably be a video tomorrow or the next day. it's probably going to be the reboot of What If I meets like this girl. So tell me in the comments, who do you want to see happen to? Like, I could just use Zuko Midoriya meets her, or dates her, or have him as a giant bird, chubby, or predators, or turn him into, like, basically whatever.